Hey guys, it's Tom Box, and this is part 3 of our Ultimate Counter Guide for the season of Legacy of Destruction. And we have here Squiddy.
I'm your boy Squiddy. We're here to talk about the going second cards.
I think this is more interesting than the going first cards, to be honest. The going first cards kind of know what they're all about already, and especially for the Snake Eye variants, Tenpai, Voiceless, Yubel, and Brandon. These are the matchups. With Snake Eyes, we know a lot about them because not much have changed about them, aside from the fact that they don't have those crazy negates anymore. And then in terms of our cards that we're going to cover today, we're going to be looking at Bestials. For the most part, we have the Super Poly, the Board Breakers, Evenly, Lightning Storm, and Duster, Triple Tactics, Talent, and Steel cards like Change Our Heart, Mind Control. They're pretty popular these days. And we have Cosmic Cyclone and Droplet, which is gaining even more favorability in this format.
Yeah, I mean, all these quick play spell cards are somehow always powerful in the game as the power ceiling goes higher.
I'm glad that Droplet is back. Droplet definitely fell out of favor for some time now, and with Voiceless Voice, one of the better cards to kind of break their board. But anyways, we're going to be going through these matchups, so if you guys can do us a huge solid, hit that like button, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell as we break this stuff down. Now, I'm going to be doing a lot of the talking, but Squiddy can feel free to correct me. I mean, you topped the YCS Vegas with Snake Eyes with your team.
Yep. Got a little lucky there, but
I don't think you got lucky. I mean, you were undefeated day 1, so what are you saying?
A little luck, a little skill. Yeah.
A little luck, little skill. You're being humble, man. You're so humble. In fact, you're the most humble guy here. You deserve a prize.
Hey, I'll take some ice cream. You want to buy me some ice cream next time, Tom?
Yeah, why not, right? Okay, so let's start off with the first column. We have Snake Eyes, Bestials. Overall, you know what? We can go through the Snake Eye column faster, since most people already know. Yeah, use this to take out the dark cards. IP mainly. I think is it still as good? It's not as good as before, because before you also had the Link Karibo too, but now it's just mainly just the IP.
Black Witch. I don't know, maybe a straight effect Veiler, maybe Anima sometimes, but of course it's not going to be there as much as Link Karibo once was.
Yeah, that's the big difference, because Link Karibo loves coming back.
Yeah.
And I think these are the main two. I think anything else, you would have already died by then.
Yep.
But taking away IP is still huge, because taking away IP also automatically also means taking away SP for the turn.
Takes away quite a bit.
So I still think it's pretty good. Super Poly against the deck. I mean, Super Poly. It's always going to be good. You can use it to take away the 2 Snake Eyes if needed. The issue with taking away 2 Snake Eyes is that if they go for the Divine Temple, this is pretty good. Especially this is before they activate the Divine Temple, okay? It's before they activate Divine Temple, you should take away the body just so that when you summon a body, you don't summon out like the oak that they were going to bring out.
Right. Yeah, that would backfire.
So it's 2 Snake Eyes and probably and on a temple ad.
Yep.
There's stuff that you should be careful of with that particular line. I mean, going first, we can do this against them because we can set it and just get rid of their board. But going second, maybe I should change it up a bit. I'll change it to this.
Yeah. Might be a little situational.
It's a bit situational now. Lightning Storm, Duster. Well, Duster, I don't really care. Evenly, is that a lot better now?
I actually think it is somewhat better now because there's no Omni Negates, no more Baron Defleur, no more Savage.
I mean, it can really hurt. It forces them like, go. If you call Battle Phase and they have Flamberge Appaloosa with an IP in the back, they're immediately gonna go Flamberge Effect, summon out the IP. Just calling Battle Phase will make them do that.
The magic words.
Yeah, Battle Phase. Proceed to enter Battle Phase. Even if you don't have it, I think it's like a worthy bluff.
Absolutely. Especially with Tenpais being a thing now. If you're going in a blind matchup, they don't know if you're playing Tenpais. What if you activate Sengen Kaiman in the Battle Phase?
Oh yeah, and then your board's really cooked.
Yeah, so...
But Appaloosa's still there, so I don't know. I don't know how
that's also true.
I mean, still, there's like Lightning Storm... Lightning Storm's kind of okay. I mean, most people always summon the Flamberge in defense mode anyway, just so that they have the proper bodies to use. So if you can use Lightning Storm to take out the Appaloosa, can it take out the Appaloosa? It can't because it's made with IP Masquerena, so everything's pretty safe. I don't think Lightning Storm is that great. Evenly is probably better. Duster, you can take out the field spell.
About it. Maybe a stray imperm, but that's probably the best you can do.
Yeah, I'll say it's okay. I mean, I think evenly is probably the best one here. Because evenly forces forces odd timing.
Yeah, evenly. It ebbs and flows out of formats, but when it's powerful, it's really powerful.
I think that's really about it. Steel cards. Oh yeah, steel cards instantly one of my favorite things about
I like
the deck.
these. Steal their Appaloosa, start playing, and you're protected.
You just force out a lot of the problem cards. So in other words, the moment that they see these cards in there, they're gonna go standby phase or draw phase, push the IP out right away, and it forces it. And I like it. I like them being forced to do things that they don't like. It's just part of the game. It's actually part of breaking their board. So taking Appaloosa is like a very, very big plus, and it also basically just wins you the game because it's like three negates for free, and that answers the princess in the graveyard, answers the stuff trying to being summoned by Flamberge. So yeah, Appaloosa is a very free steal. Aside from that, what else would you steal? Would you attempt to steal anything?
Well, against Fire King, sometimes Arvada. The nice thing about tactics is it doesn't target, so if they have multiple disruptions, you know, you can sometimes bait out one just by activating talents to steal.
Also, that's fair.
Yeah.
And then we have the next one here, Cosmic Cyclone. I think it's a pretty decent choice. I mean, against Fire King, of course, it's Fire King Island.
Yeah.
Not immediately. Not immediately. Actually, does it matter now? Yeah, no, it's the same.
Well,
It's
they have
still the same.
Appaloosa.
Yeah, Appaloosa.
You gotta get rid of it. But the annoying thing is against Pure, when they have the field spell and Flamberge and the IP, Cosmic, it doesn't really do much because they can just chain the Flamberge, or they just chain the field on your normal summon, then they chain the Flamberge for Cosmic.
It's true.
No.
It is kind of strange. But
Yeah.
I think there is, like, you know, something to be said is that if they draw phase Flamberge to push the IP, that's one of your best timing to, to chain to Flamberge.
Yep. If you can get rid of the field spell, especially.
But sometimes it's not even the field spell because like they're going, they're activating Flamberge to push the IP during the draw phase because they're scared of you using Change of Heart.
Oh, that's true.
Now
yeah.
you just chain the Cosmic Cyclone onto their IP. Now their IP is gone. The field spell has nothing to do with anything anymore, and now it's a free play.
Yeah, the existence of both.
Droplet. Oh, it's a fantastic card.
Oh, I love Droplet.
Just turn off all the problems.
I've got one ultimate rare Droplet.
Do you?
Yep, and I like it.
Is it the original or the rarity collection?
The original. I didn't even know it came in a reprint ulti. What is this?
Rarity collection. You didn't open rarity collection yet. You told me.
I did not.
Yeah,
Oh,
no. Droplet has been rarity collection ulti, but of course it's not as good as the OTS ulti.
Yep.
Okay.
That's the one I got.
Tenpai dragons, Bistials, are they good? No, they're terrible. They're all fire. It doesn't do very much, unless of course you've burned a Veiler and use a Veiler, and then you can Bistial and use the Bistial Magnuma to get you any other of your other dragon.
Yeah,
That's like the one time it's okay. Oh no, there is one card you can hit. That's gonna be Erratic Seal.
Yeah. It's a stray Heretic Seal.
The stray Heretic Seal can come up a lot because, like, if they activate Heretic Seal and you chain Bistial because they paid the cost for the Heretic Seal, then you don't get to summon out the monster.
That's true.
In that regard, I'll change it up a little bit. I'll turn this into this.
I guess they would have to have another monster, but yeah,
Because going first as Tenpai is already not good. Losing the additional summon is already really bad. Not to mention that if it gives you a Bistial summon, all that really means is now you have a level 6. So if you go Chandra and you have another Sengen Kaiman, they kind of lose.
Yeah.
Okay. So but there is Heretic Seal that you can hit, which is okay. That's not too bad. Super Poly is a fantastic. Oh, I'm breaking the format here. Super Poly is really good. 2 fire dragons. There's no response.
I guess as long as they don't have a field spell up, or you can do it in battle phase.
You could just do it in battle phase. But the danger, of course, I will always put out the danger. Well, you're going second, so it shouldn't be that bad. I still think it's okay. As a card in general, I still think it's good, but as long as it doesn't get blown up. Evenly, Lightning Storm, Duster. Lightning Storm sucks, especially if they have the field spell. You can use it to take out field spell. It's all about taking out the field spell here.
Yeah. That annoying field spell.
It's just about the field spell. The problem with Evenly, though, I think Evenly is kind of bad. I guess the reason why Evenly is kind of bad is that you call battle phase, they can start synchroing into different cards.
Yeah. And start
Like,
playing.
Yeah, Evenly is actually one of the worst.
I don't know. It's great.
Just not Evenly.
Yeah. Plus, you skip your battle phase, which means they get another battle phase, which, yeah, means Tenpai is playing.
Just not even. Let's just do this. How about that? Not evenly. Stealing cards. If the field spell is up, nothing matters.
Yeah. But if you can steal a Hermetic Seal, or at least bait it out, it's something, I guess. Or sometimes they go super combo. Don't they make, like, the Crystal Wing Synchro Dragon at times, sometimes?
How did they even do that? I actually haven't figured out those random ass lines that go into like.
Or the Assault Blackwing, I think, is another line. You do need like 3 cards to do it, I think. So it's
Assault Blackwing is fine.
Yeah,
Assault Blackwing is very easy. In fact, like
Yeah.
the standard opening combo, like most people go Hermetic Seal, but yes, you can go for the Blackwing play instead, where you synchro with the first 2, use the Biden Dragon to summon back to 3, and then you synchro it one more time to make the Blackwing. That is one of the options. Cosmic Cyclone, you only have one thing. There's only one job for you.
Yep.
The field spell is that powerful because it is essentially just Miscellaneous Saurus. Miscellaneous Saurus is already really good, okay? So turning off immunity is such a big part of the deck. And Droplet, you know what? This is like the best damage steppable card available.
Oh, you could use it on Chandra, right? And
Yep.
when it attacks. And Fadra as well, I guess.
Yes.
Nice. Droplet is back.
In fact, if they declare an attack and you go into damage step and you use Droplet on them and they crash into your monster, their monster can just lose and just be destroyed. They lose the body, and that's how you actually make the better exchanges with the deck, is that you do end up destroying their cards.
Halves the attack. Ugh, such a nice interaction.
I kind of want to play Mirror Force to some degree. Like,
That's one of my favorite cards.
like the thing is, it only really works for Quaking, maybe Quaking Mirror Force. Like there's a reason for that. Which
That's the one that flips them face down?
Yeah, flip them face down. Like it's like when they declare an attack, like 100% they're going to synchro, right? They're going to synchro, and they're going to summon to defense position, because there's no point like summoning attack position. They're going to be blown up anyway. But if you like put them in defense position, then they miss the attack. And if you can do it on the first attack, that's even better, because that means the monster that they're summoning out, they're not going to be able to summon additional cards. So say they take the first 3 and the 4, right? And then they do the first attack declaration, you activate a Mirror Force, they're going to synchro them off, and now you're going to go into Biden Dragon. Likely going to be Biden Dragon, because Biden Dragon is the one dragon that basically can get another dragon to keep synchroing. But you've only declared one attack at this point. So if you synchro again into a 10, you can't summon back that Biden Dragon, which ultimately means you may have survived that entire battle phase. Because even if they attack again, there's nothing there. And the monster that they summon back from the graveyard, maybe that will be in attack position because that's in a separate chain. But that's only 2 attacks. Maybe it's not as good as I think it is. I think there might be an opportunity there. I'll have to figure it out. Which is the best Mirror Force for this?
Mirror
but anyways,
Force, you guys heard it first.
Maybe we can. But again, this is like going second, so Droplet really good at destroying them. Bestials versus Voiceless Voice. I mean, what more do we need to say? It's fantastic.
They're lights. The graveyard.
Take away the Saphira.
Needed.
Taking away Saphira is such a big part of this. Second card, you can take away the low. You can take away, I don't know, just about everything.
It's Diviner, right? If they go Tribute Diviner for cost with the Trias, can you Bestial there?
Yes, you... Actually, no, you can't.
Oh, true. They don't have monsters.
No,
if they have a monster.
Yeah, if they had a monster.
That's the thing with Bystials. They're not always quick effects.
Yep,
People forget this all the time.
It's
Like I
pretty
did.
big part of it. Super Poly. It's actually, you know what? I'll give it this. I'll give it a good. Even so, as long as you can try to fuse away without fusing away the ritual. That's what I'm gonna say.
To get it back.
Fuse
So,
away everything but ritual. Because if you fuse away the ritual, the prayer is going to activate in the grave, it's to summon it back, and then the low comes back, and then the entire thing was a complete waste of time for everybody. So you just fuse away everything but the ritual if that's an option. Otherwise, wait. Or summon your Veiler and fuse away their low. Okay?
Yeah.
That's another option. But just be careful, because if they do have the trap card up, they have another option of summoning out a low back onto the field, which is just putting back a card, summoning out the low onto the field. So they have options. Just don't waste your cards. Try to get a better trade, but it is pretty good because they can't respond. Okay? Or if you cleared out the prayer out of the graveyard, then you can super poly them for everything that they have, which is also okay. Which I don't mind. Lightning Storm, Duster, Evenly. These are bad against them because they have an Omni Negate, but consider it as a trade. You trade with them.
Yep. Unless you can bait out that Omni, then you're in business with Duster, but it's easier said than done.
Yeah, like you use it as a trade. It's a second card option that you want to make sure that they bait out. Steel cards, I would say, is bad because you can't target their cards. Only triple tactics talent can do something, and I would say talents is a very good. Again, it's like second card, like TTT only, because can't target. And if you can take away their low, that's where it really hurts. Like, you can break their board pretty easily. If they don't have a second low in the grave, Skull Guardian is not exactly the strong monster anymore. It can't negate anything. They don't have the anti-targeting protection. It's pretty good low, and it usually means that you've baited a card.
Yeah.
And that's where it comes in. Cosmic Cyclone. You can take away the barrier. You can take away Barrier or Blessing. Blessing actually sometimes can be proven to be pretty annoying. Recently, I've played against someone that did use Blessing. The annoying part was that they fused away... I can see why OCG plays... What's his name? Odd Eyes Pendulum Graph Dragon. Because it can Pendulum Summon that card out. Your opponent normal summons out a monster, or special summons out a monster, and then they activate the card to fuse away the low, summon out Pendulum Graph Dragon. Now they have a spell trap negation. Low comes back and puts the trap card out now.
I'm taking notes because I didn't even know they could do that.
Yeah, so they did that instead. So instead of starting off with a trap card, they put out Blessing plus the Barrier. And then using Blessing's effect to get another ritual summon during the opponent's turn, kind of like using a Fusion Duplication to some degree. And then from there, they generate a Pendulum Graph, which gives them a spell trap negation. And because low gets summoned back because a light ritual got summoned, you get to put the what is it? The reflection, or whatever it's called. The trap card back onto the field. So you didn't have the trap card previously because you chose to go for the two spells. And the annoying part here is that Blessing is a once per turn add back one of your Voiceless voice cards. So if they use the trap card to destroy cards, they can keep on resetting it now.
Wow. That's once per turn? Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's once per turn, add from Banish or add from Grave, which means that they can play through D-Shifter.
I did not know it was once per turn. I thought it was on activation. That's powerful.
No, Blessing is a crazy card.
You can see that
it just says you can do something, if I remember correctly. It's like you can do something. It's on my table. I want to read the card, but I have two. Oh, here it is. Since I just recently made the thing, so I want to read Blessing just to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. And you know what? We have a video to film. Maybe I won't dig through it, but I want to look at it. But anyways, yeah, Blessing, Barrier, two of the most important cards you should take out. Probably even the trap card too. Droplet against them, a fantastic card. Doesn't target.
Yeah. Does not target. Oh, that's such a nice thing about Droplet.
No. What is the last part here? No response.
No response.
Which is huge. Which is a very huge part of this. All right.
No Skull Guardian.
Yubel. How much do you know about Yubel versus Bystial?
Well, they're dark.
Yep, they're actually
Like
pretty
Tenpai or
good.
D-Lotus or something.
Take away either Lotus or the second form. It's pretty annoying once you take away the second form, but it's not that with the new Nightmare Throne, it is actually a lot more recoverable. Because Spirit of Yubel can already bring back the banished forms of Yubel, because that's what it does when it's destroyed, so you can bring it back from banish. But normal Yubel cannot summon a banished Nightmare Incarnate.
Right.
Is it Nightmare Incarnate or Terror Incarnate? Yeah, they can't bring back the Terror Incarnate. So, but the field spell can bring it back.
Ah.
And it will summon it, ignoring the summoning condition. So, the second form of Yubel is actually pretty good. Alternatively, you can also use it to take away the Grave Squirmer.
Grave Squirmer.
It's a free summon. You take away the summon for your summon. So these are the hits. Super Poly, I mean, in a mirror match, it's really good because you can... The Yubel's weakest point is its own Super Poly, so it's actually really good because they're always Super Polyable. They're all dark, they're always the same type. You can Super Poly them. Garura, just Garura. And you outspeed them.
Yeah. Quick plays. I mean, they're always handy when they can't respond.
Yeah, I mean, this is key. It's funny because, like, Super Poly was made by Yubel.
Oh, literally.
Yeah,
now
literally.
that you mention it, right.
Duster, Evenly, and Lightning Storm. Well, guess what? What do you think?
I don't think they're horrible, right? Like, do they play the back row, that Super Poly Trap card?
Yeah, they do play that. In fact, it's actually one of the best things you can do against them. Because Samsara D-Lotus only changes monster effects, so losing all the back row means they lose their Nightmare Pain, they lose the ceremonial gates, opening of the spirit gates, they lose the field spell, they lose the trap card. They always have to commit. It's actually a super big blowout, and not to mention that you get your battle phase back.
Wow.
It's a
That
big blowout.
is something I learned today, because I didn't know they would have all that set up, but now that you mention it, yeah, they do have quite a bit of back row, right?
They have a lot of back row, and most of them are continuous. So in other words, they're already preemptively committed. Not to mention that you also might even hit a Super Poly along the way.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, they're Super Poly this time.
They're actual Super Poly, so you can actually use it. Like, having it feels very safe. I think every single time I had Duster against them, it felt really good. Just because it's way better than Lightning Storm. Sometimes I had to commit a card, and then I got into Lightning Storm, and it's like, oh man, this really sucks, because I really want to blow all your back row first.
That's one of my favorite cards, Harpy's Feather Duster, so I'm down to play it.
Yeah, I think it's a big blowout card.
Nice.
Triple Tactics and any sort of stealing card, I think it's actually decent. It's decent enough. It will do what it's supposed to do, which is take away two effects.
Yeah.
One is the Yubel itself. You got to take away the Yubel name. Or you can take away the Samsara D-Lotus.
Oh, true.
Because
Samsara even
exactly.
Unchained stuff, like Unchained Soul of Rage.
You could take Unchained Soul of Rage, which is also pretty good, but you can't use it to link.
Oh, that's right.
Well, you can link. You can link with it normally, but you can't link away your opponent's stuff, which is kind of sad.
That's right. Yeah, it's only during your opponent's turn. Ugh.
So Samsara D-Lotus makes it so that you get one of your monster effects back, and you get the body.
Oh. Okay, I like it.
So
you can steal that out of the system.
I mean, I played against this deck and I lost to it, so I'm pretty. It's still pretty fresh in my head.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to play it and get obliterated a couple of times, so it becomes.
It is like playing against Makonko. It is a little bit trippy from time to time. What else is there? You can take away the Yubel name if it's a solo board. If it's a minimized board, like a simplify game state. You can take away the Yubel name. Taking away Yubel turns off their ability to Super Poly you with the trap card because it has to have a regular Yubel name.
You know, sometimes Yubel is even annoying as is for decks like Tenpai Dragons that really can't destroy it by battle.
Yeah, and nor do we want to destroy it by battle, and that's the annoying thing. Like finding ways to clear. I mean, of course, for Tenpai Dragon against Yubel, there is the answer of warp gating. So you use the 7. Well, it's actually not even that easy. You have to have a 7 and another 3 on board at the same time, so that you can chain one to the other. So you chain link 1 to 7, chain link 2 to 3. So you synchro it off before you get Dragon Lock, so you can get Warp Gate and summon back your Fadra so that you can actually do the proper OTK. Otherwise, you're going to be Dragon Locked and you can't go into Warp Gate.
That's right. Yeah, Warp Gate, Samurais, Destroyer.
Yeah, it's hard. It's like you need to know your chains, otherwise you're going to lose to Yubel, and that's what I've witnessed this past Saturday.
I love how Yubel on its own is viable.
It's so strange, and it just gets better with Fiendsmith. Cosmic Cyclone. It is.
I heard this card's alright, right?
It's mainly for like Nightmare Pain.
Yeah, Nightmare Pain.
I think that's really it, or the Super Polys.
Yeah, that's gonna be annoying because they super poly all of your monsters for that new Yubel.
Yeah, that it happened to me once. It sucked. It sucked for sure. Cause like I took burn damage and I died in time.
Oh no. She does burn you too, right?
Yeah, the new one burns you 1,000 per monster.
Oh wow.
Per monster used. So it was I think it was like it's 1,500. It was rough. It was super rough. Droplet is also the one card that I find to be the worst in this. Droplet sucks. Take it out. If you have it in your main deck, take it out. It's bad. It's so bad in this matchup. They summon out a Yubel when they don't even care. They have some of the revival effects to get their effects back. It's like playing against like a Snake Eye Ash that just comes back after you impermed it.
They've got traps as well and super polys.
Like it doesn't work against them, and if you destroy them by battle, they summon the next copy.
You can't really have 0 attack either.
Yeah, you can't have the 0 attack, but you can still negate them.
Yeah.
It's just so it's so awful. Like, what are you doing with Droplet? You're negging your own hand just so that they can bring out their next copy. And if they have Throne on board, it's even worse. They generate 2 bodies because you neg 2 just so that they can go +2.
Oof.
It's really bad.
Yeah. Got in mind, no Droplet against these guys.
Yeah, you always take them out. I kept them in. I thought that I was being so smart. They're like, oh, I'll negate your Samsara D Lotus, blah 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 blah. And then I negate the Samsara D Lotus, and they're like, oh, I'm going to Muckraker, summon the Samsara D Lotus back anyway.
Yikes.
No, they have ways to extend now. It's crazy. Now, first one here, Bystials versus Branded. I'm not too familiar with the Branded matchup for these cards, aside from like Super Poly, but like.
I think you gotta hold them for where it hurts. So like on the puppet sometimes, or like sometimes maybe on a Fallen Malbaz, prevent them from fusing. But if you use them wrong, it can actually not do much. So you do have to be very, very picky with what you want to hit. Obviously, the Branded and Red target is another good one. But I think generally Bystials are good against Branded. They are dark for the most part, or lights.
Excellent. The perfect attribute. I mean, like Bystial Branded was also like a deck as well. It's still a deck technically.
Yeah.
I mean, they still play Serenir just so they can get a free Branded card into the grave.
That's right.
Super Poly against them. I mean, I think Super Poly should be decent against them, considering that they're a fusion deck. Right?
Yeah. Too bad you can't fuse with Sanctifier, but everything else is open game.
Yeah, I mean, they're just all dark.
Yep.
If you can use this to open the board, use it to open the board and go for an OTK. I mean, some Tenpai decks play Super Poly just for the board breaking purposes.
Oh, that's pretty smart.
Yeah, I mean, it's like one of the least responsible things to do. And if you summon into a 6, then it's even better. Garura is already a 6.
Oh, that's right.
So you can go into your 10 right away, and then you can just kind of work your way through. Cheesiness. Evenly Duster Lightning Storm. I think Duster could do something, and mainly just to answer a back row, but I'm not sure if that's enough.
Yeah, I mean, if they have the puppet lock set up on you, I don't know if it'll do much. You can bait the Branded in red, though. If there's no puppet lock, then it could do a little bit, but...
It feels a little slow, though. I just don't think that this is, like, high value.
It is a little late to be doing it.
Next up, Triple Tactics and the Steal. I think the stealing effect, once you baited out a card, if you take their Mirror Jade for a big swing, it could be good. I think Triple Tactic would probably be the better option.
Yep, doesn't target.
But aside from that, I don't know what to say, because like sometimes if you target their card, they go Branded in red, and then they fuse off the card, and they go like, oh, guess what? I summon back my card because it's a what's his name?
Summon back the Mirror Jade.
Yeah, they can summon back the Mirror Jade with that I forgot the name. It's like Dogmatica, not Dogmatica, like
Ad libitum, right?
yeah, Ad libitum of Despia. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. Cosmic Cyclone is not very good. Most things are chainable.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know the value of this card because I just don't see them setting cards.
Really just baiting the branded in red, but again, at that point, it's kind of late.
I mean, it's a trade, but it's not a good trade.
Mm.
I mean, it's branded in red bait. I mean, force them out a card. At least you can control the timing of the Guardian Chimera, because that means they're not doing Guardian Chimera, which is
That's
like,
true,
which
yeah.
is like 10 times
No
worse.
problem.
Droplet, I think it's okay. You can turn.
It's okay, yeah.
You can get rid of the gimmick puppet. No, don't get rid of the gimmick puppet. They're just gonna summon it back with the Albion again. I learned that the hard way.
That's right.
I don't know how good Droplet is. I mean, you can. Okay, it's good enough. It's actually good. What am I talking about? You can hit Sanctifier.
You can maybe also get a little fancy with it. If you only have one monster and they go effective Mirror Jade to banish, because Mirror Jade does not target, you can chain Droplet, negate something else, and then Mirror Jade has to banish one of his monsters.
Oh.
But I mean, other than that, it's really just depends on when you get to use it. But stopping Sanctifier, don't get me wrong,
That's actually pretty good. Well, that kind of
Yeah.
covers out most of the matchup list here. It's 30 minutes going second. We kind of break down most of these matchups. Hopefully, you guys learned a thing or two about our discussion here. I know it's a bit of a longer video. I know you guys can feel free to skip ahead, put it as a podcast if you feel like it. Thank you all for watching. This is the Ultimate Counter Guide Part 3, which is going second card. I think learning to go second is very key in a format, in any sort of card game, because that means you're going either A, you won game 1, so your game 2 is going to go second, or you're going second deck and you need to break boards. And either way, one of these games you are going to be going second, so clearly going second is very pivotal so that you can take the entire match.
Absolutely, yeah. Going second is very important.
Well, that's all we have for this video. If you guys enjoyed this video, hopefully you guys enjoy us bringing back the Ultimate Counter Guide series. Hit that thumbs up button, hit subscribe, ding that notification bell. Check it out at Squiddy's channel, Squiddy, so you can watch more Squiddios. Squiddios, indeed. And
well, hey, thanks for having me on here. I appreciate it. Had a lot of fun.
Thanks for coming on. Thanks for helping correct. We can pick at each other's brains. And
absolutely.
These are some of the things that we have to be aware of. I know there's going to be more matchups. If you guys want to see more stuff like this, hit that thumbs up and hit subscribe to the notification bell. I'm repeating myself, and I'll see you all in the next one. Leave it down in the comment section, all right? All right, bye.
Yeah, doodles.